What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Hope y'all are having an amazing day. We are back with another video today, and we're going to be doing a tutorial today. It's going to be a quick little tutorial on Pixlr. I'll be showing you guys how to make some cool text on Pixlr, how to get certain fonts on Pixlr, and also just kind of how to make nice text on Pixlr, like for your thumbnail or for other designs that you guys are working on. But before we get too far into the video, I wanted to sit down and have a little talk with you guys. I have a couple announcements that I want to make for the channel. So first of all, I actually got my original Twitter and I've been a lot more active on Twitter the past week or two. So if you guys want to go follow me there, I would very much appreciate it. There'll be a link in the description, or my is just @IceKicks. I appreciate any of you who go over there and follow me. I'll give you guys a ton of follows back. And also, I did just start live streaming again, which was super exciting. I actually went live on YouTube a few days ago, and it actually went really well. I'm guessing some of you guys who were watching this were there. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, the live stream went super good considering I took like a decent amount break from live streaming in general. I live streamed right here on YouTube, and I think that's where I'm gonna move the live streams from now on, is to mostly on YouTube. And this kind of leads me on to my biggest announcement that I have. So basically, you can now join the IceKicks fam as a member on the channel. So I just got done creating sub badges for my YouTube channel. So basically, if any of you guys join the IceKicks fam, I believe the original price is only $1.99 to get like all the sub badges and everything like that. I didn't want to make the initial price any more than $2 because I didn't want any of you guys to not be able to get it that wanted to get it. So $1.99, you guys can literally get all the sub badges and all the custom emotes that I put on the channel. The custom badges are super cool, and I hope you guys like them. I'll toss a little picture on the screen of what they look like. So not only will you have sub badges for my live streams on YouTube, you'll also have the cool little badge if you leave a comment down below in this video or any other video on my channel. If you guys click the join button, you guys can see what perks come with which level. I think my rant is over. But to sum it up, live streams will be coming regularly very soon, so make sure you guys have the notification bell on so you guys know exactly when I go live. Thank you guys for all the support on the channel. We actually just hit 2.8k, so I thank you guys so much for that. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right in the video. All right, so here we are in Pixlr. So basically, I'm gonna be showing you guys everything that I know about text in Pixlr. I'll be showing you how to outline your text in Pixlr. I'm actually gonna be showing you guys also how to add a gradient to your text. I just know a lot of you guys are curious about text, and I think that they did a lot different in this Pixlr, but I really like the way that they implemented all of their text options in here. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead and hit advanced Pixlr E, as this is the one that I always use. As you guys can see, I messed around with text a little bit in here before I actually made this video to make sure I actually knew what I was talking about. So I'm actually just gonna create a new one, and I'm just gonna do full HD as an example, and I'm just gonna leave it transparent. So basically, to add any text to anything, first of all, you gotta hit the text tool right here, and then you're just gonna go ahead and click add text right here. And then for example purposes, I'm just gonna put ice space kicks. And then I'm actually just gonna make sure I have the text tool selected. I'm gonna hit the size button, and I'm gonna drag this as big as I can, just as an example for you guys. So basically, starting here, guys, you have your text right here, but it's not rasterized as an image. So technically, this is a text layer and not an image layer. Now, the difference between a text layer and an image layer is that this is still a text layer because you can still actually double click it and edit the text. So it actually isn't rasterized as an image. So you won't be able to stretch it, you won't be able to do effects on it, you won't be able to do anything really with it until you rasterize it. Now, to rasterize it, you guys want to make sure you have that text layer selected, and you're going to want to hit layer rasterize text / element. Now, before you guys do rasterize your text, you need to make sure that you have your text spelled the way you want to. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do this whole process over again. Once you rasterize it, you're not gonna be able to edit the text like what it says at all. So just a heads up, make sure that you go ahead and finalize your text like what you want it to say before you go ahead and rasterize it. So now that it's rasterized, you guys can see that I can actually move it around. I can size it differently and everything like that. And also, I know one thing that you guys asked me in the comment section of the last Pixlr tutorial was, how do you get it to actually like size it differently and not just scale it? So as you guys can see here, I'm not pressing any buttons. It just scales it to like bigger or larger. Like you can't actually shape it, if that makes any sense. So as you guys can see in the top left, it has it on fixed or free. So if I manually click the free button right here, I can actually edit it freely. Like I can stretch it up, stretch it down, everything like that. But if you guys don't want to click that button every time, if I hold shift, see how it automatically goes to the free. So every time I want to not do it as a fixed, go ahead and just hold shift, and then I can actually stretch it either way like that. And I just think that's something that'll save you guys a little bit of time, and I had actually a decent amount of questions on that earlier. So if we actually go ahead here and create another text, I'm just gonna put the same thing, and I drag it down here. So basically the lower one right here, as you guys can see, is still a text layer, as I have not rasterized it into an image quite yet. So before you rasterize it, you're gonna get all these options up here like styles, settings, and everything like that. So if I go to the settings, you guys, before you actually rasterize it, you can actually edit a lot of the things like the line space, you can add letter space, everything like that. It's basically just the spacing in between the letters, if that makes any sense. I thought that was a cool touch that Pixlr actually added. Line space, I believe. This is, oh my gosh, I don't know what that does. Oh, so that adjusts like the space in between the actual two like words, if that makes any sense. I actually didn't even know that it did that. And then these actually just align the text, like if you want it to the left, which I think this is also a cool addition as well. If you want it middle, like directly aligned in the middle, I think this would be really good for thumbnails or anything like that. All the way on the right side, uppercase, italic, bold, that's how you're gonna get all of that. And again, you guys need to do these effects before you actually rasterize it. So also, if you guys want a really nice outline or a shadow before you guys actually rasterize it, you can hit the shadow button, it's gonna add a shadow, and you can adjust the color of the shadow. If you want like a black shadow or a different other color shadow, you guys can go ahead and do that. Also, you can add a blur. You can add all sorts of cool stuff like that, and you can add a background. As you guys can see, it added a little bit of a background square to that text as well. And then I think one of the options that you guys are going to use the most is actually the outline button. So again, before you guys rasterize your text, you need to make sure you have these effects actually applied. Remember that is key. You can actually change the color of the outline, the size of the outline, everything like that. So say I wanted a red outline to my text, it's going to add that as well. And honestly, in my personal opinion, the outline of the text, they did a really, really good job in this Pixlr because it looks very sharp around the edges, if that makes any sense. Even in Photoshop, sometimes I've noticed it isn't like completely sharp around the edges of the text. So I think they actually did a super, super good job like redoing it in this new version. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this. And I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with this one that I have right here. So basically, once you have your text how you were looking and then you have gone ahead and rasterized it, you can now go ahead and add cool effects like to this image, just like you add to any other image on Pixlr. So I'll show you guys a couple more things that you can do after you've rasterized it if you've already gone ahead and done that and you wanted to maybe change the color. So from here, you can hit select and you can hit select pixels, and this is actually just gonna select all the text you have here. And then I believe it is edit and fill, and then you can change like whatever color you want it filled as. If you want it red, it's gonna fill it as red. You can actually do the opacity as well, which I think is super cool as well. And you can hit apply, and then it's just gonna go red, which I think is also a cool option. Something else you guys can do is if you still have all of those pixels selected, if you go to the brush tool, which is, I believe, I'm gonna use this down one right here. It kind of looks like a little paintbrush. I have it set as white, but if I go ahead and click the white down here and I change the brush color to say just red again, and I click OK, since all of the text is actually selected from the pixels, I can adjust this brush and say make the softness like pretty much nothing, adjust the size a bit, and then click out of that. I can actually go and brush through the text, and I think sometimes this can add like a cool effect to the text as well. You can kind of just apply it however you want. Like if you guys want something on, if you want to do it all red, you could. If you want one word to be red, or you want another word to be a different color, you guys can go ahead and do that. I thought this was a really cool option. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to make gradient text. Now I had a ton of people in my comment section down below telling me that they wanted me to show you guys how to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I actually couldn't figure it out for a little bit, and it took me like 20 to 30 minutes to actually figure out how to do it. But it actually was a lot more easier than I thought. I was just overthinking it as I usually do. But again, if you guys have it selected, well, basically first, if you guys don't do what I do and you just go ahead and hit the gradient tool, this is what I did at first, to be honest. But basically, if you just click on the layer and you click on the gradient tool right here and you do it, it's just gonna do the whole entire image. So literally, it's not how you want it, obviously. So I'm just gonna undo that. So I couldn't figure out, how do you just do the gradient on the text? So if you have this text layer selected and you go to select pixels, this is actually gonna let you add the gradient to the selected pixels, which I think is a really nice option. So if I go here, and if you guys want the gradient on the top half and the lower half of the text, you can choose the two colors that you want. There's actually a lot of other options here, like rainbow, green, everything like that. Maybe I'll use rainbow just as an example. But if you guys want it as just the top and the bottom, like split halfway down the middle, if that makes any sense, you're gonna start at the top of it and you're gonna drag it down to the bottom of it, and it's gonna give that gradient like horizontally, if that makes any sense to you guys. If you guys want it vertically, you can just do it like the complete opposite way and it will add it vertically. I know you guys can add radial, you can do all sorts of other things, which I think is really cool. So say we just added a gradient and now we wanted to go ahead and add an outline to the text. Now I've already rasterized this as an image, so I can't actually add like just an outline to it. What I'm actually gonna have to do here is hit the text right here, and then I'm gonna have to go to edit, and then I'm gonna have to go to stroke, and this is actually just gonna add a stroke to the image. So if say I want a white, I think looks really clean, I can adjust the size and everything right here. And I can hit apply, and boom, we have like a regular stroke to our text. Now, obviously, this is just an example. Obviously, it doesn't look amazing because it's literally rainbow text in like a big bubble white background. But I would recommend you guys mess with this however you like. I think it's really important that I actually show you guys how to do this stuff instead of just telling you guys to do this and this and that. I think it's a lot better for you guys to actually learn how to do it and then go in and actually mess with it how you like it and actually make it match what you're working on. If you guys have any questions about text, if you guys have any questions about Pixlr in general, make sure to drop a comment down below in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer as many as I can. Thank you for the support on the last Pixlr video. If you guys haven't watched the last Pixlr video, I'll toss a little card up right now. I appreciate all the support on the channel. I appreciate all the support on these tutorials. I will have to keep making them as long as you guys can keep giving me suggestions in the comment section down below. I'll catch you guys in another video. Thank you for tuning in. Peace.